Today on Broke vs. Pro, we're going head-to-head to see which one's better. I'll be building a computer using exclusively 10-year-old components.
And I'm going to be building using brand new ones. And I got a lot to choose from. So for this video, both of us are going to be pulling from our overclock media inventory. As you can imagine, making PC videos, we've amassed a lot of stuff over the years. So the main criteria that I've been given for this challenge is that I need to pick components that are still for sale at Micro Center, which encapsulates from the past couple of years. And there is quite a bit to choose from.
So while Ken may have the benefit of brand new parts, my restrictions are a little bit more difficult because I have to pick parts that are 10 years or older. Now, the good thing is, those 2013, 2014 days were some of my prime PC building days. So we gotta see how much I remember my 4th gen Intels, my GTX 780s? Oh boy, okay,
My strategy for this competition can honestly go one of two ways. I can either min-max my value here and my parts, or I can get like a baller GPU or something like that and really boost my performance to an absurd amount, and value might not even matter, especially going up against a 10-year-old slate of components. Ryzen 5 5600X, here we go. And you're getting a decent amount of performance too, especially over whatever old stuff Austin's gonna be using. All right, for GPU, we have a bunch of RTX, we have a bunch of AMD. I don't know what the landscape is right now, and most importantly, what's on sale at Micro Center right now. I feel like this card will actually pair well with my 5600X. The RTX 3050, it's very much in that same like entry-level mid-range ballpark.
Here's the thing, I think Ken has severely underestimated just how hard the new part of this will be. Because he's getting all brand new components, there's no depreciation built in, whereas my system is far more optimized because everything is so much older. So many of my things no one wants anymore. It's gonna be 20 bucks here, 30 bucks there. Ken's gonna have to be spending $200 on his motherboard and $300 on his GPU. Like, even though his is going to be more powerful, mine's gonna be so much cheaper that it won't even matter.
Oh, well, actually, we don't have as many older chips as I thought.
Oh, yes, an i7 4770K. So this is Haswell, so 4th gen. This, I want to say, came out in 2013. It may have been 2014. No, I think it was 2013. Because I have the limitations of not only having to choose 10-year-old plus components, but also trying to figure out what the current values of those are, I have to be very careful with my component choices. So I think I've narrowed it down to two choices: an RTX 780 or an R9 Nano. It is 100% going to come down to, don't want to take a gamble. I'm pretty sure the 780 came out like 2011 or 2012. I think this is old enough, but I think I could get more performance if I go for the R9 Nano. The problem is that I'm really taking a gamble on, did that come out in 2014 or 2015? I'm starting to second guess myself that maybe it did come out in 2015. I'm gonna be safe. I can't risk a little bit of extra performance to completely lose. GTX 780, I'm gonna lock it in along with my Core i7 4770K. I'm really hoping that I'm at like 70, 80 bucks for the two of them.
I'm super confident. I mean, I don't exactly know where 10-year-old parts lie in the scheme of stuff that you can buy today, but I imagine that either between raw performance or optimization on software side with Windows, I think there's a lot to be had here with modern parts compared to older stuff. Case, this Cooler Master one we definitely used for budget builds in the past. I think this is probably all like, I don't know, 60 bucks. I don't know if that's cheaper these days, but back then it was like 60 bucks. Okay, so that's all I got for now. Fingers crossed that my budgeting works out. I'm just kind of shooting in the wind here, and let's hope that there's a good result. But I'm kind of curious to see what Austin's willing to pull here.
So my problem now is going to be finding an old case. This is an area where Ken has a huge advantage, because I'll be real, most 10-year-old cases we have sent to e-waste because we don't keep them. They're massive and they're huge. Could I do this one? I mean, the airflow would be trash, but this is a Windows Vista system, and it looks like it's a normal size. Honestly, the only reason why I can't use this is because my motherboard won't fit. Or I could get a little creative. You know what? I've been known to be creative from time to time.
When does that work for you?
No one said anything about this being a practical system. As long as it functions, that seems like enough.
I'm almost surprised he didn't pull one of the oldest tricks in the broke versus pro bag, which is not using a case at all.
You don't have a hammer?
What?
I'm pretty sure I still have this one because the performance of my system will be good, right? A 780 and i7 4770K, those will still be pretty solid in 2024. The thing that might get me, the price, that's the big wild card here. I'm pretty confident that all of my components are 10 years old. I'm pretty sure, I can't think of anything that isn't. But I don't know how much any of these things are. Like, I assume the 780 is like freaking worthless on eBay right now, but maybe it still has some value to some weirdos who collect NVIDIA graphics cards. And if that's you, so yes, I'm confident.
I think my run of parts went pretty much as well as it possibly could. As I mentioned earlier, there was a lot of decision paralysis in trying to find stuff for this build, but I think price performance is solid with this stuff. So here's hoping that Austin's stuff is not crazy cheap, and my hunches of old parts and keeping their value is on point.
So, Ken is gonna have a delightful time building his happy little new setup. I am gonna get the power tools out on this thing. So you're just tearing apart. You realize that's our $500 build, right? Like we just built that thing like 2 months ago. That's the $475 system I built at Micro Center.
Wait, this was
The whole system was $475. It doesn't quite fit, does it? Does it fit? I don't actually know. Isn't it such an old cooler? This cooler actually doesn't mount up. So, what are you doing with your cooler? What kind of cooler are you using?
It came with this build.
Yeah, my cooler came with it too. I left it over in inventory. I'll be right back when I
What? Wait, whoa.
Where's your cooler? Oh, the $475 total?
No.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, we're taking all this out and I'm returning it at Micro Center. It's part of the return policy.
We'll have a word with the judge on that one. I'm gonna go get a cooler. You do your thing. I'm actually gonna do a little power test on my system to make sure all my components work before I tear this apart. The suspense is killing me. It restarted again, didn't it? It's not good. You know, I know it's bad when Ken is like trying to help because he feels bad. All right, I'm gonna go grab the only other CPU that is compatible with this board, and then I'm gonna try that.
Can you throw this in the garbage while you're out there?
No. So I have had to make an unfortunate creative modification already. Because my initial CPU motherboard combination didn't work and we don't really have anything else, I've had to upgrade to an older setup. So this is now an X79 motherboard paired with an Intel Core i7 3930K and 32 gigs of RAM. I'm probably having to spend a lot more on this. How much more, I don't know, but it's either that or I lose. So now my real task is going to be shoving all of this into this little guy.
If you guys are ever wondering what pattern to do your thermal paste in, my favorite one's actually the W.
Oh.
Like that.
All right, cue the montage. Okay, so I have cleared out a lot of the stuff from inside with some careful modifications. So now let's test fit our board and see just how far off we are, shall we? Oh wait, that's it. Yeah, okay. All right, with an extreme angle, it does actually fit. The board fits. The cooler does not fit. Wow, I'm really in trouble on this one. With a lot of dremeling and a lot of tape and zero cooling whatsoever, I can make this work. That's all I've got for a while. Ken, do you have any updates?
I just have to install my graphics card and I'm done.
Excuse me?
I'm done.
Okay, so this is gonna take a little bit. So I've made some progress. So we were able to drill out some of the rivets. So the main problem I'm having right now is that to fit my power supply, oh, more stuff falling off. To fit my power supply in here, I need to remove this bit of metal. Now, drilling out the rivets is fine. I cut some of the actual external metal. The bigger thing is that if you look on this side, I actually have to cut from here all the way to the top because that's actually all one piece. And to do that, I'm using a Dremel. Unfortunately, I've run out of bits, and the one I have left, I'm afraid is gonna explode. So I'm gonna have to go and grab some more Dremel accoutrement and work on this later. I'm stressing slightly. If I have mismeasured any of this, and by measured I mean eyeball measured, I might have to start from scratch. Behold, my friends, the Dell-O-Rama. Now, it's a real tight fit. So the power supply is right here. My 20+4 pin is in between the fan, so you can see how that goes in. The Noctua is up here. The 780 is down here. The SSD is just dangling down there. So you probably can see, it is taped all up in here. Pretty much anywhere that I think that the board could make contact, it is taped. It's not pretty, but I'm hoping that that keeps it from shorting. So assuming that I have not done something spectacularly dumb or it doesn't immediately short out the second that I plug it in, let's see if the Dell-O-Rama will actually survive the first test. Please work. Please work. Please work. Oh! There's life. There's life. There's life. Fans are spinning. LEDs are LEDing. Graphics card is spinning as well. Oh, it hasn't shorted out yet. Yo! It works! It works! Yeah! CPU fan error, I don't care, boy! It lives! Get this shit out of here. The Dell-O-Rama's time to shine.
I actually really like my system a lot. It's not particularly high-end, especially considering that I'm the pro setup, but I think that it's a safe bet to ultimately beat Austin. We have a lot of really good value here, and I think that we'll legitimately get like 2, 3, 4 times the performance of him, at least at my thoughts of how powerful today's hardware is compared to old hardware. I think we might actually have it.
I'm pretty happy with how my system has turned out. It's a little janky. If you look too close, some tape or a cooler might fall off. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get any sort of like demerits or points taken away from me for missing the 10-year gap. I'm pretty sure my price to performance is also gonna be really strong compared to Ken's. My biggest question is that price gonna push me just over the edge or not? So right now, we're gonna play a friendly game of CS2. Not for points or anything, because this is no longer a test this time around of who's a better gamer. Instead, it is entirely about who built the best system price to performance wise, and importantly, did we actually stay within the constraints? All right, I'm in, and look at that! I got 125 FPS.
Hell yeah. Oh, that was Austin.
Yeah, that was me. Look, I'm bad. That's fine. I understand that I'm bad. It's okay. Okay, so how would you describe the performance of your system right now?
Very good. I mean, this is the easiest game in the world to run, but I'm doing very well right now.
Same. Oh, the headshot!
Oh.
That was you, right?
That was definitely me.
So I'm pretty sure I've got this. I think Ken spent too much money on way too nice of stuff. He could have cut his budget in half, and I think it would have worked.
I am super confident that I'm going to win this competition. Austin's parts are going to be way more expensive than I think he is expecting.
When you're doing price to performance, all that matters is how many Cinebenches you can get per dollar. By spending just a little bit of money, it can give me the opportunity to have 50% less performance or something. Like it's a huge, huge gap when you spend an extra $50 here, $100 there. So I'm very confident.
The price performance is going to crush him.
So it is time to see who is the winner today on Broke versus Pro. So we have a large number of categories to decide. So we're gonna go over how much we each spent on our respective systems. We're gonna see how many CPU points we get per dollar, GPU points we get per dollar, and then the total score to determine the Broke versus Pro champion. I'm feeling real good.
I am too.
Are you?
We both can't win though, so.
All right, we'll start with pricing for Ken. All of these prices for Ken's system are pulled from Micro Center.
Okay.
So you had a 5600X. It's very frequently on sale for around $140, so that's what you got. There was the G-Skill Ripjaw Vs, which are $43, the MSI B550M Pro, which is $110, the 3050, which is $225.
Oh no, bro. No.
What?
No.
Hey, whoa, Micro Center. Micro Center.
Your power supply, your case, and your NVMe are all $40 a piece, which totals to $638 for your entire system.
Actually, that was pretty much ballpark what I was guessing when I first pulled these parts, more or less. I think I saved some money on case and whatnot that made up the cost of the GPU, so not bad. What is it again?
$638.
I think I spent $200 on mine.
I think you are wrong, my friend. Judge.
Ooh. All right,
Okay.
so on to Austin's pricing.
Yeah? How bad was it? How much money were my components?
So your CPU, which is the i7-3930K,
Yep.
was $20
Yes.
on eBay. Very
Excellent.
So that works out.
Good start.
Your RAM,
Yep.
which you use 4 sticks of for some reason,
It's a quad channel memory setup. I need the maximum bandwidth.
yeah, that was $70.
No.
Dude, it's DDR3. People like toss it out their car windows like they're littering.
Your motherboard was $70.
No, it was not. No, it was not. What do you got? What?
Your power supply, which
Yeah.
is an EVGA 500B,
Yeah.
$35.
Wait, that was when it was new 10 years ago. What are you talking about? What? Dude, these eBay prices are rigged, man.
No, hey, I actually gave you the benefit of doubt. I gave you the prices on the lower end. I found one power supply for $35. All the other ones were going for like friggin' $50 for some reason for 10-year-old power.
Hey, let the record be known. Let the record be known that I'm feeling very confident right now.
Oh, God.
Your 780 was $50.
That's
Oh.
still a lot. That's actually too much.
That's way cheaper than I was
Oh my
expecting.
God.
Your Samsung
Yep, 840.
SSD was $25.
Okay, sure.
I can believe
Sure.
that, yeah.
The case that you got, which is like the donor case,
Yep.
whatever, we will count that as $36, which is what
you
we
very
bought
much.
it for
Garbage.
at Goodwill. Something that you probably didn't realize.
That's the most expensive thing in this case, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is a $90 cooler.
How much is that then? That's
So your total for the system comes out to $396. That's $396. So I ran the Cinebench multi-core threaded,
Yep.
and that turned out to be 5,308.
That's
and
a
after
lot.
after we did the price performance conversion on it, you have a CPU score of 27. Yeah, there is actually some complicated math, which we'll probably just show on the screen real quick.
We'll
but-
show on screen how we actually did the calculations. But okay, so basically 27. Now, more is better in this scenario, right? I
Yes.
want more CPU points. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. Ken, where are you at? You got like 22, right? 21 maybe?
Ken's Cinebench score is
Oh,
10,705.
Oh no, that's
And
bad.
then after we ran it through the little conversion thing, your CPU score is 34.
Oh, that's actually pretty close. That's a narrow victory. Do you want to go next?
No, we're gonna start with you.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Okay, go ahead. Hit me.
So the Mighty 780 got a Time Spy score, which I was very surprised that it could even do Time
I did not
Spy.
realize that it actually had DX12. Okay, yeah, Time Spy. So my graphics points per dollar. Again, I want the most amount of points per dollar I can get.
Yeah, so the Time Spy score was 2,824.
That's not good.
And then after you do the little conversion, it is a score of 14.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
So the Time Spy score the 3050 did was 6,472.
Yo, let's go!
And then after we do a little conversion, it is a score of 20.
Wait, what? Wait.
Wait, 20?
Dude, I mean, like, I know that the margin wasn't that bad, but I mean, it's like, that's more than that. I don't know why you're
I
cheering.
thought, all right.
Yeah, the chance of his score was more than double.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got a little excited. So, we just add these two together and get the scores?
Yeah, so just
Okay.
add them up together.
Okay, I can do the math here.
You sure
so
about
that's carry the 1, 41 points for me.
That is correct.
Okay, so my score is 41. Okay. Ken,
Mine's pretty easy. You're just
yours is
4
it's
plus 0.
minus 20.
4 plus
It's minus-
0 is
minus 20 actually.
4.
No.
And then
Minus-
3 plus 2 is 5, so 54.
So are you trying to tell me that a 10-year newer component list was still very expensive and only barely beat me price to performance wise? So basically, I came real close to winning. Is that the argument here?
So what we're trying to say is probably buy new components. But,
No, buy 10-year-old components. That's a better idea.
but I didn't say that's who won.
Oh, what?
Because we have some demerits to hand out.
Oh, is your system not new? Is your system not new? Is this thing full of old components?
Is it?
I don't know. Let's find out.
All right.
I thought these would all be available at Micro Center. What's
the
not
demerit?
new?
So Austin,
No. Start with Ken. I'm fine.
all of your components actually are indeed 10 years or
Yes!
older.
Oh,
Yes. Okay, so I get no demerits then. I'm fine, right?
No, you still get demerits.
What? For what? For what?
Because you did originally pick out parts that didn't work. But
What?
also
I picked a component. I wasn't
Yes.
supposed to know it was gonna work.
the main part of the demerit is just look at your PC. That thing is going to die in that thing is gonna die as soon as we turn it on and you play any other game.
Okay, you know what? Point taken. Fair.
All of these like peripheral whatever
Yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
equal up to one demerit.
So you
One
get one-
demerit is 10% off your final score.
So you can read that back there. So you're basically, because my system is a fire hazard, you're giving me a 10% dock to my points.
Yes, your new total score is 37.
So 37 is my actual score.
okay, lay it out to me, Judge. All right,
So,
what we got? What we
Ken,
got?
Your 3050 is technically not sold at Micro Center anymore.
Yo!
Your exact one.
Micro Center.
So that is the 8 gig 3050 Zotac. They sell one other one that is a 3050 that is 8 gig. It's just not the exact one. So I will.
Wait, we're going by
technically-
exact
So
ones?
I'm letting it go.
Okay.
But I'm letting it off with a warning.
Thanks, officer.
I'm letting it off with a warning. Also, the general criteria is it should have been like a couple of years old. Some of these parts are very borderline. Your case was
personal
released in
issue.
2018.
Come
Wow,
on.
Ken.
I will admit that the case technically does not directly attribute to
Yeah.
performance.
What?
It's maybe airflow, blah, blah, all that stuff. So I'm only giving you half a demerit for
Wait,
that.
if he could have a demerit, I could have just built a 2012 cardboard box.
Well, we did literally beg you not to do this.
Fair. My bad. Okay, half a demerit. That's a good start. What else we got?
Your RAM was released in 2015.
As per the standard of RAM, it's the right RAM. I don't know what else to tell you.
That is
Judge.
correct. They do sell it at Micro Center.
That's the criteria.
But I'm still giving you demerit because 2015, dude.
The speed is what matters.
And the last demerit that you will get, it's because your 56X is also fairly old.
Yeah.
It was released in 2020.
That's more than 2 years ago, Ken.
I mean, they still
count 'em.
sell it at Micro
It's
Center
1
too.
year, 2 years,
But this
3
is-
years, 4 years.
I think it goes to the spirit of the video, which is new, not just like I can buy these components new. It's like, oh, this thing is like released new. It has a lot of longevity, right? Because we're testing basically like the longevity of that 10-year-old
Yeah, I mean,
system.
this computer is going to last us another at least 5 years. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think the question is,
Yes,
there's
so
clearly some demerits here, but do you have that many demerits to knock you down?
yes, so it totals to a 35% demerit. Ken's new total score is 35.
I win! We did it,
Really?
little buddy!
Skin
We
of
did
your
it, little buddy!
teeth.
We win!
By the skin of your teeth.
Thank you very much for watching this episode of Broke vs. Pro. Subscribe to the channel, ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling button. Let me know in the comments that Alex totally robbed Ken, because I won, baby! Sorry. That's okay. It was great. It was an honor doing competition with you. Look forward to nothing but the best in the future. We won, motherfucker! Let's go! Yeah, that was some bullshit. You should have won that. Sad music plays. Ken's gonna be grumpy all day.
You bet I will.